Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Something Delightful came out in 2006, almost 2 hours long. The Devil Wears Prada is a dramatic comedy, also classified by some, and me, as a feministic analysis of the workplace because of the radiant, shining star Miranda Presley. She whose name means worthy of admiration, Miranda Presley is a cold chief editor of Runway. Heartless and beautiful, Miranda is the epitome of professionalism and unanimous with the words fashion icon. She demands respect from everyone and will accept nothing less, shining in the position she's fought for her whole life. Interestingly enough, the writer based Miranda on her old boss Anna Wintour, the chief editor of Vogue, while Meryl Streep decided to base Miranda's tone and inflection on Clint Eastwood, who is notorious for never raising his voice. One of Miranda's key characteristics is her unwavering perfectionism. She has an encyclopedic memory for the history of fashion, color theory, and style. She's beyond a professional and clearly a tyrant of runway. However, that does lead her to having a toxically transactional relationship with everyone who works for her. If you disappoint her, you're toast, and there's no chance of mercy. Miranda is also obviously a major authority figure with incredible power. As chief editor of Runway, she has a major, if not sole, influence on the U.S. fashion industry. However, with Miranda being the tyrant she is, that means she can and will use her authority to get her way, no matter who is in her way. Despite her harshness and brutality, Miranda still has the undying loyalty of her employees who will do almost anything to win her favor and approval. And in return, she gives her employees endless job opportunities. If you work for Miranda, you can get a job anywhere. And her employees know that. However, Miranda uses this to her advantage, working her faithful employees to their limit, and then more. And then they thank her for it. Obviously, this is an unhealthy work environment and would be quickly categorized as a cult in reality. Finally, Miranda is simply fantastic at her job. She's right. Despite everything, there is no one who can do what she does. She has an incredible work drive and has worked her whole life for this job. And now that she has it, she'll do anything to keep from losing it. All right, now, in all seriousness, I still believe that Miranda is a good boss, and let me explain why. Number one, she's given her life for her career. Honestly, countless people give their lives for their jobs, putting in countless hours filled with blood, sweat, and tears, and we still look up to them. I think that's why I look up to Miranda. I also found it very interesting that she still cares for her daughters. When her and her husband get divorced, she says she doesn't care what people say about her. She just cares about, quote, my girls. I find that despite her stony exterior, her motherly instincts are still quite touching. I also think that she's an excellent businesswoman. All of the traits that I mentioned have a upside and a downside. They're different sides of the same coin. And I think that Miranda has stayed in the position she has because she is a good boss. Even if she does terrify me. Now, I don't want to get political, but if Miranda was a man, would we treat her as harshly as we do in this film? Would she be seen as the villain, or would she simply be seen as a tough boss? I'll let you chew on that one. Still, obviously, don't base your career around her. Miranda is wonderful in fiction and an incredible case study. However, fiction isn't reality. In conclusion, I think that Miranda Presley is a wonderful example of a terribly good boss. Emphasis on terrible. Depending on how you view her, she can either be an excellent role model or a horrifying tyrant ruling over her employees with a rod of iron. I think that we should try to imitate Miranda's efficiency and strength. However, I think she is a shining example of why we should never lose our humanity, especially not in the workplace. Still, hate her or love her, just like she said, everybody wants to be here. And in the words of Miranda Priestley, that's all.